Hello once again. Welcome back to another Grand Arena video. And before getting straight into it, um, let's have a look at what we upgraded since the last one. So here's how the roster is looking. B1 finally got those shards, and we've actually put the finisher. We put the Zeta on there, so now we've got 100 stacks. And I've actually, in my haste, and with double drops, I was able to finish off this piece. Yeah, I put it on just because I thought, well, I don't have to worry about it afterwards. So, hey, B1's got a finisher piece on him yet. We've done relic levels on Jedi Knight Anakin, on Kenobi. We've done 2 on there, 1 on R2, and I think that's about it for relic levels. Newt, we've got the Zeta in, but that was after we very nearly had the Zeta, and then CG gave us the anniversary gift, and then we put that Zeta on. It was about, it might have been yesterday, actually. I can't quite remember, but anyway, it was after lock-in. Droideka has gone up from gear 9 to gear 11. That wasn't too bad. B2, he's had one more piece. IG Magna Guard has gone up a level and has got 5 pieces for the next level. I think it's a stun gun that's needed. And that's about it, really. Mostly I've been doing Separatists and Separatist droids. Tried them out in territory battles and their missions with Grievous at Relic 7. What a lot of fun, I've got to say. It is so much fun to do those missions with the droids, and they're not even fully sort of ticking over yet. So very excited to carry on working on that team. And again, we took from last time from TARDIS, who was an absolute bro, by the way. I was chatting to him after the recording and reached out to him and said, what a great Separatist team you've got. And yeah, we started chatting, and yeah, what a nice, genuine guy as well. So we've taken some inspiration off that squad anyway, because it can be pretty tough going. So it's Dori Solman we're up against, and he's representing Lagunitas. Translation in the comments if you can, or whether you know what that stands for. We have scored more points at the moment than him, and running Rebels in Arena, which is okay. He's got an interesting choice of relics, actually. Jedi Knight Revan, which is a good choice. Bosk, which is great for the ships. Asajj, now I was having a look at his Night Sisters, and he's got 4 sort of, again, zombie. Okay, he's got 3 fantastic, and then zombie is fine as he is, but then he really is missing a 5th. So, not sure whether we'll see those or whether he uses Night Sisters for an undersize. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, interesting relics on BB-8, maybe for the speed. I'm not quite sure on that one. Han Solo, which is a really good idea as well. That pumps out a lot of damage. I'm not sure I could see. Let's have a look at the Sith Empire. No, he has got Revan. 2 Zetas there, and a Malak as well. Okay. So yeah, so decent squad. He actually did a lot better than I thought he would. I didn't. It doesn't have negotiators, so I thought he'd. But he did full clear us at 1864, which is very good. Up top, we went Scoundrels with Nest. Probably should move that to the back. Oh, that's Baby Moon waking up. Don't want to wake her up too much. She's on my lap at the moment, having a nap. She's been up since about 4:30 this morning, and yeah, just time for a nap. And then Mrs. Moon is out, so it's a rare daytime recording. So Django-led bounty hunters just don't work, never do, but hey ho. And yeah, that Newt lead again doesn't have the Zeta on at the moment, but it was good enough to hold, and we had Wat Tambor in there to throw some goodies around. Down south, we had Night Sisters and Geos. Neither of them hold, interestingly enough. At the back in ships, Negotiator, we had 2 reinforcements, and at the back, the Ewoks did it again. Now, I really like, again, I have a few comments saying about Malak being used in that squad, and like I think it's an awkward one to get around. the Scoundrel lead, and hear me out with this. So, Stormtrooper Han, I think this is one of the most underrated leads in the game. And if you're not familiar with it, all allies gain 40% defense while above 50% health, and 35% offense while below 50% health. That's a fantastic one. If you're running it like double tank, you're going to have, well, I think there was 3 tanks in there, or 2.5, I think it was. So when you're running, oops, not on events. When you're, that reminds me, I do need to do them. And a little bit later on, it will be rewards for territory battles, so that'll be nice as well. That will give an injection of crystals. But yeah, so we're in there with Vandor. Now I know Vandor isn't, or doesn't have the Zeta on there, but when you've got Vander, you could even go Clone Wars Chewbacca maybe as a tank, and then Malak. The thinking there is under St. Han lead, he taunts. Vandor Chewbacca, I'm pretty sure he taunts. Malak will taunt. Canderous I just chucked in there, and if I'd thought about it, I'd probably put in maybe Shore Trooper, just because Greedo is going to be your damage dealer, and the idea is to not allow anyone to get to Greedo. And obviously, if you've got something like Jedi Knight Revan or anything that bypasses taunt, no problem, or a lot of AoEs, but Greedo's going to be the engine on that team anyway. The rest are there to annoy the opponent and not be able to, because Greedo can, when he goes, you know. Anyway, first things first, we want to go, and let me just check the speed on this Yoda. Yoda will probably be our next Gear 13. If I can't get B1 done, that 282. I don't think we'll go first, but we'll see. But yeah, Yoda will probably be our next Gear 13. We're fairly close. We need another 2 of those. Double drops, no problem. 20 of those, that'll be fine with double drops. And I'll buy that from like the stores. So I'm not going to bother buying crystals for that. But yeah, Yoda will more than likely be the next Gear 13, I think. I think it's a great character to have at Gear 13 and then get some relic levels up there. So hardest team first. Do want to take out this one, and I'm going to go Sith Empire. I am going to go a full... he has got Grievous in there as well. So I'm going to go tank. Malak would be great here, but as I said, I'm going to go full 5. Not going to mess around with this one. Do we go first? No, we don't. Interesting. So he goes after Sith. What's his called? Let's probably shouldn't have shot there. Should have gone basic. I'll just go basic here. I'll wait for this tenacity to go. Does this clear? Tenacity down. Okay, let's do that then. Ouch, that was a big hit. Let's go over here for some fear. We've got tenacity up. Have we got any tenacity down anywhere? I don't think we do. But let's try and get some resist. Right, let's put a big hit in here. That's proc savior. Let's get rid of Jedi Knight Revan. Nice. Now we need to get rid of General Kenobi. Sorry. What's his name? Okay, let's put some fear out there again. Desperately need to get over here to Jolie. Come on. Get me to Jolie. Nice. Let's go the big AoE here. Always get a bit nervous with these. And this isn't even a like a particularly OP Jedi Knight Revan team as well. So I'll take it. I just want to open up that back territory. Again, the other one is Rebels. I think that is good enough. Talking to Rebels, I wouldn't mind saving them for the back. And what have I got up top here? So I've got Gratz first of all for getting them all to Gear 12. Phoenix, a decent Phoenix squad. The only saving grace there is Sabine, who's the most dangerous with Armor Shred. Doesn't have the Zeta on her. Bounty Hunters, they can be a little bit annoying, but let's pop open the back first, see what we've got. And yeah, I don't want to get too cute here, but I also want to be mindful that I don't want to take like too much. It's just about getting it right. Yeah, I think probably a variation of palp. As much as I'd like to sort of leave palp for up top, I do think I want to take this in. I do also want to make sure that I've got the nuke team just in case for the back, and then let me take in Nihilus as well to deal with Nest. A good tip, actually. Riddle was saying his way of dealing with Nest is Sith Assassin and Savage. I think that's a really good good way of dealing with it. And I don't have any mods on Savage at the. I don't think on Savage or Sith Assassin. Actually, Sith Assassin was never a character that I did up, but with the knowledge of that, then yeah, may well be tempted to run that and try that out a little bit. Okay, so let's just blow through this. We don't have to be hugely efficient with banners, but we do pretty much need to full clear. So also I do want to be mindful that there is ships in this one. So again, if I can get to ships without dropping a battle, that'd be great, because we may well drop a battle. And okay, yeah, IPD is the other one that you can get rid of Nest with. However, we run our IPD with that. That's annoying. Let's just get rid. Yeah, we run IPD with our nuke team, so got to forfeit a couple of banners there. But it's just about finding the balance. Right, let's have a look in the back here. What have we got? We have got Geos, and we have got Darth Revan as well. Okay, so right, what level are those Geos? They're not too bad. So if I take in Sith here, like 1, 2, could probably afford something like Vader and that as well. It's just more so to give a little bit of insurance. I might even, let's have a look at the feats actually first. How much do I need to undersize? Oh, I don't think I need to undersize anything actually. And in all honesty, I mean, So let's go this anyway. Let's just make sure I've got the right one. Let me know how your Grand Arena has gone as well, if you've been into, or what your opponent scored and you're just about to head on in. I thought this one would, judging by the roster, this guy's done really well actually for what he's got, and he's got a lot of good Zetas, but I didn't think he'd score so well. So it just shows you can never sleep on an opponent, and it is all about what you've got as well. Dooku won't be doing a huge amount. How quick is Sidious? I remember 208. So that was me thinking. Oh, I remember in the heroic tank raid when 220 was about when the heroic tank raid first came out. You would aim for about 220, and if I remember right, that meant that you would go before the tank. So 220 was the key. So again, I've stripped down a little bit since then, but it is actually quicker. Savage is not a bad tank. I might actually have, yeah, I do have mods actually. 172. Yeah, as I said, I think I'll just get them in there. I mean, Maul's got AoE. I think that might be a better play because it's got an AoE. So if they've been attacking lots and are on very low health, that might be a better play. But also having the key. Yeah, so if I can get to an important character like Brood Alpha or anything, Okay, let's isolate up and let's get off to the races. Right, let's target in on Brood Alpha. Would love a days here. Am I going to get one? Let's put a days out there. Nice. That makes a big difference. Yeah, I mean, I even think a high-level maul might even work against these. But then, yeah, let me know if you think that a maul squad would work against, well, anything with days, I guess. So put together in the comments or on Discord your best days squad that could take this down. So one per daisies. You could probably have a maul lead. Yeah, you just want something with days just to stop all the assists, I guess. And you might be able to get yourself a cheap team. Who knows? Right, let's add the days on there again. Not that we need to. But it's more just about getting through this one. It's not, yeah, this one isn't about sort of being hugely efficient just because I don't have to be as well. I don't have to take the risk. The risk is obviously if I do something and it doesn't quite work. Again, I'm so glad that we've kept a little something for the back here, because if we weren't careful and he's full cleared us, that's a very tough fight, even with Padme. Right, let's make sure that we get this right. So that's the squad that I want to go in with. Cool. And off we go. Let's get some nice target lock there. 4x target lock. Still no 5th on Revan. Let's go into Bastard Sham Fallen here. 179 million damage. IPD's gone. Okay, 2 have gone. I am not really used to that turn order because usually BB-8 is the absolute first to go. Let's go after Darth Malak there. 270. Okay, and we've still got T3 on the field. Nice. Okay, 49 banners again. It's a crushing banners, but it gets us through it. So even without that, so he put both Revans on defense. He's got Geos on defense. He's got Nest on defense. Yeah, there's a lot of like good victories there that he's got. He played it really, really well. Okay, so right, I've got the 3 teams that I've got now. Galactic Republic, I know I've got CLS, and then I've got like Jedi Training Ray. But without BB-8, so that's the annoying thing on that. So who's the most dangerous squad out there? I think it's probably Bounty Hunters. So let's go. Oh, and I've got Revan as well. Right, let's go. Rebels here. Yeah, I forgot I had Revan actually. Fine, just to trio it. I might try and eke out some more damage actually. Or yeah, maybe I want to use that with... Well, I'm not actually going to use resistance, am I, this time? So, yeah, let's pump up the damage with R2. He's going to shift over his offense to the others. Okay, some big hits here. Let's get some burning on the go. Stuns. Let's get... Okay. I mean, he's understunned, so we may as well try and take out Zam. Let's try and maybe do some good work on Greedo here. Nice counters. And let's try for another stun in on Bosk. Let's see if we can get a stun in on... Well, forget about a stun. A one-shot. 50,000. That's more like it. Let's tank over with R2. Get rid of stealth if we can. God, this is some big hits going in here. Absolutely. Just glad we don't have to worry about efficiency here. But a win is a win, right? And yeah, he's I mean, he's played offense absolutely fantastic and still kept a really good defense. The thing that makes this one a little bit harder than I thought is that his Phoenix are very good. And again, I don't want to sleep on that Rogue One team by just using like a clone lead and a Wampa or anything like that. So I think probably Galactic Republic here. Let's go, maybe not that. 2, 3. I mean, that I'm sure that would be absolutely fine. May as well take in that. C3PO, may as well. Let's get rolling with. Let's get some counters on the go. Let's go for a bit. Oh, now that was big. Let's try and take out Kanan here. Oh, that was a big kick. Yeah, this maybe I did overplay Phoenix here. Maybe I can't remember the last time I faced a decent Phoenix squad actually. Right, last squad up and at 'em. 1, 2, and okay, let's go Jedi. Don't think I need a. I mean, it can't hurt to get an extra just in case. But yeah, I think 3-man works absolutely fine there. But it can just be a little bit of an annoying mechanic with Jyn, so let's put some foresight out there actually. Okay, so that's Jyn gone. I do want to try and take off K2SO nice and early because he is annoying. Oh yeah, and let me know if you guys have been playing any Fallen Order as well. I haven't bought the game myself, but I do tend to, or I have watched a lot of it, like Let's Plays. So essentially, if you don't know what a Let's Play is, it's someone else playing it. You watch it on Twitch or YouTube, and basically it's someone else playing the game. So, but it actually looks a really nice game. Heard a lot of good reviews about it, which I'm great. I think that's fantastic. And with the Mandalorian as well. Again, I've not seen any of the Mandalorian, but it's great that Star Wars is actually getting some traction once again with some good reviews. And I think that sometimes expanded universe can be better than sort of like main universe because there's maybe a little bit less expectation on it. Like the Last Jedi, that. And like just this last trilogy, the expectation is so high, you're not going to please everyone. But then with expanded universe, you can pretty much go wherever you want as long as you're keeping within the confines of that bubble, basically, or you're keeping within the outer story. So, yeah, Fallen Order. I'm probably about halfway through watching a playthrough. Again, I don't really have time myself to actually play it and sit down and play it because I can just sort of like turn it on, turn it off whenever I want to watch it, or watch it of an evening or in bed, rather than playing PlayStation. So yeah, but yeah, really nice game, and there's some fantastic scenes in there as well. No spoilers, but there are some really really good action scenes. I thought the game was really really well done actually. So yeah, let me know if you've been playing any Fallen Order or seen anything about it as well, or even watched any Let's Plays. I watch, or the one I've been watching, well, Urzatron has done one. I saw a little bit of that one. Co-Carnage, I tend to watch a fair bit. His playthroughs are pretty thorough, and it's a nice community that he's got as well. So, and other streamers that I quite like on Twitch are Dan's Gaming. I think he's very funny, like very dry humour. So yeah, and me JP, Ezekiel the Third. But yeah, let me know if you've seen any Jedi Fallen Order. I didn't actually see what team that was. Okay, so it's Thrawn with these guys. Okay, Palp Shuttle. Don't really know too much about that. Let's learn about Palp Shuttle and what it does. And I was thinking, rather than just ignoring it, maybe just going through it. A, for my understanding, and B, again, if you guys don't know how it works. First of all, because we won't have to worry too much about it, is the reinforcement ability, the Emperor's Shuttle gains protection up and crit hit immunity for 2 turns. Empire and Sith allies gain offense up. Okay, so that's a nice reinforcement to have. What does this do? Dispel all debuffs. Anytime it takes damage from a target locked enemy. Oh, that's nice. Empire and Sith allies gain protection up for 2 turns when critically hit. So some nice synergy there with the ships around him. Deal special damage, 75% chance to inflict crit damage down on target enemy for 2 turns. Okay, so it's going to be limiting our damage output as well. RG. So what's that then? Chance to inflict target lock. Then the healthiest other Empire, Sith ally, or other Empire or Sith ally taunts for 1 turn. Okay, that makes sense. So you can't exactly sort of just go straight for him. Because, yeah, if they hit you with target lock, so taking Palp Shuttle out pretty quick will be important. Dispel all debuffs from target Empire or Sith ally and then recover 50% of the max health and protection. Dispel all buffs from the target enemy and inflict buff immunity on all target locked enemies for 2 turns. Well, this is a pretty good kit, actually. There's a lot going on there, and I actually think that it will be quite good on defense. I'm going to go Admiral Akbar anyway, just because I like the assists that it brings. Now, who was it that said, where's Biggs as well? That's Baby waking up again, and back asleep again. Where is Biggs? Yeah, I definitely didn't use him because I went full Galactic Republic. Someone said use, was it Ghost as a reinforcement, and you can use another one. Was it Ghost or was it Phantom? I think it was Noodle Noggin over on Discord told me to use one of these ships as a reinforcement, and you can bring another one in. Oh, right, okay. Reduce the cooldown of call reinforcement by... Okay, so I see what he means by that then. Yeah, let's go that. And Phantom. And where are my other rebels? Yeah, Cassian's always good. And let's go Bistan as well. Okay. And this is definitely the right Falcon. Yep, definitely the right Falcon. Wouldn't want to mess up at this stage. Okay, let's get into it then. Right, let's get a wiggle on. Let's go over to Emperor Palpatine. See if we can't get rid of him fairly quickly. Yeah, I like that. Let's get rid of all that. We've got a double taunt here, which is great. Vader I could do with getting rid of quite quickly. And essentially what we need to do is just get rid of... okay, so let's check this then. So what, we should be able to call in a reinforcement like next time as well, or next time we get a turn. If so, that's pretty good actually. Let's put some target lock on there. Get Biggs protection. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's really cool actually. That's good to know. Definitely a lot easier with the rebels. Yeah, absolutely clutch having it in there. Oh, 66. Well, that's the highest I'll ever score in ships. Okay, so I'll take 1914, and but yeah, that's actually a really useful one to have because you can just bring in 2 in a row. Rebels feed off the counterattacks. Sorry, not the counterattacks, the assists as well. Obviously do a little bit less damage, but you can really blast through a squad. As I say, he didn't have... I know he's very used to beating negotiators, but it means that he does have to keep them for offense. So I know I'm pretty safe taking on a B squad either. Well, it wouldn't be endurance, I don't think. I mean, it could be. A lot of people will keep in that rebel squad as well. Jedi Knight Anakin because of buff. Is it buff immunity and health immunity that he can inflict on Houndstooth? I think it's health immunity, or health, like stopping him heal up anyway, which is great. Or it might be buff immunity actually, where it stops him getting the protection up. Anyway, I know it just makes it a lot easier to let me take a look. Actually, rather than being lazy, let's go over. Let's take a look. New resolution on this channel. If we don't know something, let's go and find out about it. Okay, so it's this second ability here. Deal physical damage and inflict healing immunity. Oh, it was both healing immunity and buff immunity. Right, that makes sense. On target enemy for 2 turns, and we gain 20% protection up for 2 turns for each critical hit. Okay, so that makes sense. So yeah, I know a lot of people keep this ship with their rebels to hammer away at. So again, I wouldn't be too worried. It will be something like Thrawn probably on defense, or it will be Empire maybe with Geos if their Geos are dead good. But yeah, there we go. So that's another Grand Arena. That's a win in the books with a decent score. A little bit shaky on the ground. That's the first time that I've been good in the air. It was sort of a little bit. I tend to go a little bit cautious or overkill at the first couple of battles. But again, to get that through those two, that's quite good too, because you've kind of got to overplay them. Played a little bit of peekaboo in the back with Geos. Again, Geos isn't too bad, just because of the nature of the Siths. But again, if you play Traya against that first squad, you've got to find something else to play with. Yeah, probably the most dangerous team there was his Baby Moon. Baby Moon is snoring away at the moment. My apologies. Yeah, so Jedi Knight Revan was the most dangerous squad in that one, I feel. And yeah, up top, what was there? Yeah, there was a decent bounty hunter team. Again, on a different day, that Phoenix team is a good team, and yeah, you really can't slip. Like Wampa doesn't. I know he has bonuses against rebels, hits harder. Again, I think troopers even struggle versus that team. As much as I'd love to try it, we really don't have a sandbox mode, so doing it live, I'm not quite too sure on how I'd feel about that anyway. So right, we've also got bonus content this episode. We have got AHT, his roster review. So let me go over to AHT. Oops, dropped the phone there. My apologies. Right, AHT, where is he? Okay. Right, looking at ranks there. Doing good in arena, doing good in fleets as well. So he's going to be generating a lot of crystals each and every day. How's he getting on in his division? He's division 2, so just under 4.5 mil. Seems to be doing pretty well at the moment. Right, let's take a look at ships first. Looks like he's absolutely bossing it with that. He's got a 7-star Emperor's shuttle as well, so great for deployment. Oh, hello. You all right? Okay, I'm going to have to go and see to Baby Moon. She's just woken up, looking at me funny. Okay, and we're back. Apologies about that. Baby Moon did wake up, and yeah, and then Mrs. Moon came back, so there was very little time. So they've just gone off to bed now, so can carry on the video. And yeah, apparently Baby Moon has got a boyfriend. So yeah, she's got this friend who's a boy, let's put it that way, and they were born about 2 weeks apart, and Mrs. Moon is good friends with this boy's mum. But the problem is with boys at this age, it's not just him, they're all like it. He's just an absolute fly catcher, and like boys at that age, it just looks like sort of the lights are on but no one's home, and I know that sounds harsh, and I know I'm going to get blasted for that, but yeah, I mean, let's put it this way, and I know Mrs. Moon does wind me up about it, but yeah, I genuinely don't know how I'm going to deal with boy situation come however many years time. I really do not know. So there's one to look forward to. And yeah, also on a side note, And a little bit saddened to hear about. So I was speaking to TARDIS last night, a previous opponent, and he'd been going through some of the Discord server, and we'd been talking about Kador Wuta, who was, you might have seen some of his theory crafting on General Grievous and the Nuke team. He was one of the most instrumental with it. There was, I mean, originally there was Arnold, there was, but Kador and what's his name, DB Official, both worked. Or I think Arnold was saying that it didn't quite work, or it wasn't as reliable, and he hadn't quite understood it. So Kador and DB Official worked pretty hard and tested pretty hard as well to get the composition working, to find out the different mods, to find out the best droid characters in there. And it was a really in-depth series of videos that he'd done, and I was obviously a little bit saddened to find out that he no longer records. And I was watching his sort of farewell video, and I completely get it. And he was saying that it was affecting his life and his time and time with friends, and he was recording and editing more than he was, and it just sort of got him down. And I completely appreciate that. And obviously I do very little editing. I might add a picture here and there, but it's all very raw. And certainly for myself, with a young family and working full time and working away, just don't have time. So I completely understand the impact of sort of YouTubing, sort of professionally and editing videos, and that's going to take much more time than actually making a video like I do. Or live streaming is great because it's all one cut. So yeah, again, don't expect too much editing, but yeah, a little bit saddened to. And if you haven't seen any of Kador's videos on Grievous, please go check them out, because they are definitive in terms of building that team. Actually, talking of that team, I did get a little bit excited, and I've added about 3 or 4 pieces to B1. No, I've added another 2. Was it another 2? Oh no, I've added another piece. And then I'm not far from that. I'm 1 away from that one, so that'll be done probably tomorrow. This I'm not too far away either. That'll get done pretty soon, by probably the end of next week. This one's not too far away, but with double drops, and again with territory. And you know what? Weirdly enough, I'm actually saving up double drops. I've actually been farming these because they take absolutely ages regularly. So I've been double dropping those. It's just these that are the issue. Anyway, so yeah, back to AHT's roster. And yeah, funnily enough, actually, just before we get to his roster, I was away this weekend, and we were down in St Albans, which is a small town just outside London. And right, where is he? Got to try and talk and think at the same time. And anyway, it was someone's 30th birthday party, and it was at the local golf club, or the clubhouse, which hosted events. So anyway, we turned up there. There was me, Mrs. Moon, and 3 of her friends that she went to university with. And they were all dolled up and everything and looking smart, and I was in sort of a nice blazer and everything. And anyway, so we got an Uber to the place, because obviously we weren't driving. Turned up at the golf course, and it looked sort of pretty formal. Plenty of people in sort of like golfing jackets and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I thought, well, yeah, it's probably a family do for a 30th. So, might have a large extended family, but they all did look a little bit older. So we asked at the bar that we were there for the function, and we'd gone to the wrong golf club. Apparently there's three golf clubs in this little town. Harpenden, I think it's called. And the one we were meant to go to was Harpenden Common. And yeah, but I tell you what, there weren't some looks that we got when we walked out. I'm sure there was a few old boys there that were sort of clutching their left arm, struggling to breathe actually when these girls walked in. So I don't think they'd seen anything like it in a long time. But anyway, that's and there was there was beer pong, and yeah, I mean, these old fuddy daddies wouldn't have enjoyed a game of beer pong. They would have been useless at it anyway. So anyway, we got there eventually and felt pretty rough. So I don't think my brain is still even working at the moment. So it takes me a while because it takes a while to recover from a good drinking session. The Jaeger bombs came out. Oh dear. So anyway, on to AHT's roster. Enough of that. Right, we were at ships, and yeah, I reckon farming Vulture Droid looking good at 5 stars. So I would have thought that he's shooting for Malevolence when it comes round, which is like a huge investment, but a very good one. Or if not, pretty close. A second time round. I'd assume he's probably got. Oh, no negotiator. Oh, definitely need the negotiator. How's the Galactic Republic? I would have thought that here, yeah, like decent Galactic Republic there. Maybe a couple of levels on Ahsoka. He's already got 5s, sort of really good. That'll be a very tanky one. Clone Sergeant is not a bad gear to gear 12. But yeah, definitely worth investing in the negotiator. I mean, at the moment, yeah, Division 2, nearly in Erodium League. But yeah, I would have thought that, yeah, don't be stingy with those credits. Get spending. Emperor's Shuttle will probably be for a deployment, but that's a huge one to have anyway. And yeah, a lot of sandbagging here. A lot of ships on level 1, which isn't a bad idea, I guess. But I've kind of never. I sandbagged a little bit with ships for a while when I was at the cusp of Division 2 and Division 1. I actually found it harder by sandbagging. I find it actually a little bit easier in Division 1 than I do Division 2, actually. Yeah, I actually tend to take the view that having that bigger roster is better, especially when it comes to the point of ships, just for deploying in territory battles, or I don't mind even characters, because it's top 80 characters. So if you're going to get someone up to gear level 8, I don't think you're going to impact on your Grand Arena too much. 80 characters, I'm sure you've all got 80 characters that are better than gear 8 anyway. Lovely looking Sith Marauder in Arena Team. Looks like he's killing Arena, and yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more relic levels on Malak, as I was just saying before. The grind on that is horrendous. So we've seen the main team, that Sith Empire. That's looking good, looking healthy. What's the speed on the Darth Revan? Would my Grievous beat it? Yes. So 332. That's a very, very solid speed. I think your top ones are about 340, 342. So right up there, and doesn't look like he's struggling at all. Let's have a look at Jedi's. So Jedi's, yeah, great looking Shaak Ti. Looks ready to go for light side territory battles. More specifically, let's go Galactic Republic, because I think this will be a huge faction. Let me know the let me just check the clones actually. Let me know the motivation for Shaak Ti to 7 and 12. Still on Jedi. Right, let's have a look at clones. Has he done his... Yeah, clones are pretty good actually. But yeah, let me know the motivation on that, or whether it was just a sort of whale out. Bounty Hunters, always a solid, stable diet of Grand Arena. Looking good. What's that, Bosk? Very good speed, 279. know here... Oh, bear with me. And yeah, bounty hunters. I think they're pretty much where they need to be. I don't think you need a huge amount, much more work into that faction. Boss, depending on your motivation with ships, maybe worth gear 13. I don't know. Droids. So looking good there. B1 battle droids very close to that finisher. Separatist droids certainly looking very good. Grievous, relic level 1. B1 super battle B2. Where's Magna Guard? Gear 9. Yeah, so that's a really tough gear actually. But yeah, they're all looking pretty good, pretty healthy. Let's actually have a look at Galactic Republic, see if he's shooting for Skywalker next time. Yeah, certainly with Shakti, General Anakin, Kenobi's pretty close to gear 13, Padme, 2 Zetas on there already, so that's a large investment. And then C3PO, definitely worth getting up to gear 12. I can't remember the exact requirement for it, what power level it needs to be. I can't remember whether it's 22.5 or 18.5. I really can't remember. So pop that in the comments anyway. I mean, I guess one of the most important clones there is Echo. So, and Rex and 5. So you're probably all right actually with Shaq-T with that squad. But yeah, Padme, very, very worth investing heavily into that character. I know that it's a lot of Chirotech, so I went through that myself. I got it done, and Geobrood Alpha, nice, gear 13 with a relic there. As I said, Brood Alpha and Spy are probably the only two absolutely worth getting. If you do want to get them to gear 13, they're probably the only two well worth doing. First Order with the new film coming up. I mean, Fox, I think that's such a worthwhile character to farm. I can't actually remember where you farm him from. Was it Cantina Node? Let me have a look. Will it allow me to access it here? Yeah, Cantina Node. So I know, obviously, as soon as Relics came out, Cantina farms got just shut down, and especially while it's double drops as well. But yeah, I think First Order Executioner is well worth a slight investment into. But I'm very, very similar with First Order. I find it hard to invest in a faction without a a very good reason to. And at the moment, the game doesn't give us enough reason to focus on this faction at the moment. Right, next thing is Imperial Troopers. Oh, look at those. They're looking shiny. Yeah, very jealous of those. I think these would even give my Night Sisters maybe a tough time, but then again, I don't. What's the speed on here? 26. Oh wow, look at that, 114 extra speed, and he's going to get 20 or 25 from Veer's lead. That's a quick Night Sisters team. The one I would like, that's pretty cool as well. Adds, what is it, +2%. Let's have a look. Actually, I can't be bothered to go all the way out. But yeah, it adds more turn meter, so but a very luxury Zeta. So again, I probably wouldn't recommend that. Right, where's it gone again? This makes for horrendous videos, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. You can bear with me. You'll get what you're given. Oh, and Nest at gear 13 as well. GG. Rebel faction. I'm saving the best for last, don't worry. Rebel faction looking good with Han Solo lit up. Chewbacca definitely worth getting to gear 13. A for Millennium Falcon, and B just absolutely kicks butt as well. Alright, let's have a look at those Night Sisters then. because you're always banging on. Oh yeah, and that was it. Another interesting fact about AHT: he only watches YouTube videos in 144p. So I haven't quite found out why yet, but I might be able to tease that out of him. I'm not quite sure, but he has told me a few times that he watches it in the lowest possible quality. I don't know whether it's just my videos or whether that's just standard across the board. I really don't know. But I will check back. Look at those. Relic 7 on the first three, and then Relic 5 on the next two. Man, if you see that Night Sisters squad, yeah, you are, if I would assume that he's probably playing peekaboo, maybe that in the back or maybe even in the front, I don't know. So, but yeah, wow, GG for that. They are looking absolutely fantastic. I assume it's probably the Asajj lead. Oh, look at those gold mods as well. Nice 217, so it's quick as well. Let's have a look at like what the offense from. Oh yeah, so that's gonna be over 300. The damage gets ridiculous at that. Yeah, look at that. The damage and the crit chance is good even at base level as well. So yeah, 6,298, and then damage there. Oof. Yeah, that's horrible. Spirit, that'll be another one that'll probably hit hard. Running a crit damage. 294, nice speed on that as well. Yeah, 8,227. Yeah, that's gonna hit hard. So you can forget about taking in troopers as a counter there, because they're just gonna get wrecked. Lots of health on Dakar, but look at that health, 124,000. So you're not taking that out in a hurry. Really good speed, 259. Potency, that's probably about the only thing that that I like to run pretty high on Dakar, but I know you get 30% potency with both Dakar and Asajj lead, so wouldn't worry too much. That's just kind of like a very side note. I mean, I'm sure that the cross goes, for health as opposed to offense. And I wouldn't even be that fussy and say, well, try and get more potency on your secondaries. I wouldn't even bother, because, again, it looks like it's working absolutely fantastically. Thing of beauty right there. You could be proud of that. Okay, so let's just go up the back. But yeah, you can see there. So what would I work on if I was AHT? I would certainly work going forward on... Oh, he's got Thrawn as well at Gear 13. That's an interesting one. Let me know how you find Gear 13 at Grand Admiral Thrawn. Do you find much difference, or is it more so with his ship? Because I can't imagine that there's a huge amount of difference between the actual character because of his mechanics. I know there's a nice speed bump. But yeah, some really, I mean, for a 4.349 million roster, looking absolutely great. Nice, got the Zeta on Newt Gunray, Mission Zalbar as well. As I said, where I would go from here, looks like all the bases are covered. What I would carry on is Galactic Republic and Separatist droids as well, or just Separatists in general. I think these two factions are absolutely key at the moment. Wat Tambor is an absolute beast at 7-star and Gear 13 apparently. Crazy amount of health, so that's always worth keeping keeping some gear spare for when it gets to 7-star. Yeah, the droids are pretty good just to finish up Droidica, just to finish up IG Magna Guard. Scoundrels is also a really nice faction. Got some nice Scoundrels here. Probably just finish off Kira maybe. I don't know how essential that is. But actually I'd say for where you are, wouldn't worry too much about Scoundrels probably. But yeah, the two big factions got to be Galactic Republic, to bring these guys up to speed. Galactic Republic's finish off the last of the clones, although there is an argument for waiting for Arc Trooper as to where he's going to slot in. Again, it might have been announced what tags he's got and everything, but we'll see anyway. But yeah, that's where I'd head. I'd head Galactic Republic, and I'd finish off the last little bit of Separatist droids, just to make your life a little bit easier if you are going for... I'd assume you're probably going for General Anakin next time round. But But yeah, for the size of the roster, absolutely fantastic. And I'd assume that let's have a look at Resistance as well with the new filming coming. Yeah, so Amelin Holder, Rose Teacup. I don't know how low they're going to stoop with it. I don't know if they're going to require these characters or not. Poe might be a bit more important. Not too tough to get to gear 12. But it'll probably be more new characters that you can bring in because, yeah, I guess as a studio you make more money by bringing in new characters rather than getting people who are like halfway there or whatever to finish off what they've already got. So, and also what they'll probably do with the new characters is put some nice shiny Cairo tech in there as well. So yeah, again, I wouldn't worry too much about Resistance, but I would say in R2's defense, R2 is 100% worth getting up to gear 13. I can't actually remember how tough the gear is from 11 to 12 or 12 to 13. But yeah, like very, very good droid just because of everything that he gives out to the others. Probably wouldn't bother with a Jawa cheese on anything. And yeah, that's probably about it. Let's have a look at the Triumvirate. Yeah, so nearly they're definitely worth that last little piece on Treya and Nihilus. But again, it's all about priorities. And as I said, priorities at the moment, I would say, is Galactic Republic and finishing off Separatists. But let me know what you are working on as well, because it'd be interesting to get your take. The roster's shaping up really, really well, and mods look in great shape as well. So if you do see AHT out on the tables, be careful for those Night Sisters. Make sure to take a hard counter, no matter how good your troopers think they are. But yeah, I can well imagine that AHT is, and as I said, Negotiator, that's going to be a big ship to get as well. So don't skimp on those tokens. Get Negotiator, a lot of fun, and also with getting Negotiator may well motivate you to get Galactic Republic up and running as well. So hey, I'll leave you with that. A little bit longer video this time. No apologies for the lack of editing, just because hey, I'm doing all this because I enjoy it, so you get what you're given. But if you're still here at the end, that's got to be worth a like, a comment, or a subscribe, right? So help a brother out, help the boys in the 501st out, join the cause, or join the Empire if that's your inkling. And head over to the Discord if you do want to carry on the conversation. I'll put the link in the description. Again, thank you all so much for the comments and the support as well. Support's the word I was looking for the last videos, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you've enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts in Discord or in the comments, and I will see you, and good luck with all your Grand Arenas as well. See you soon, guys. Cheers.